that. No, I figure. Last thing on the NFL draft that I was gonna just double check though is like Travis Hunter. Does this guy play both ways in the NFL? Bottom line, point blank. And I'm like, I personally, I'll start it off. I just don't see it right now. And I'm not trying to be a hater. Like I want him to go do his thing, but like I was kind of surprised. I happened to come across a video where Steve Smith, of all people, was like watching him do his routes at his pro day. And he was talking about like he was already picking up tendencies as to like when he's going to make a certain cut or when he's going to be adjusting his route. And like as a result, he's like, that's why he can't play both ways in the NFL. Because if he could pick it up, he's like, the NFL cornerbacks are going to eat this up. And he's not going to be, as successful if he doesn't just focus on one specific role. And he's like, in the NFL, you can't necessarily be a jack of all trades because you don't get paid. They paid masters at their position, and he's going to have to master his craft at one position if he wants to get paid and last in the NFL. But that'll be my last. I'll open it up from there.
I thought it was interesting the fact that he said. I mean, I liked his confidence in himself. I'll start off there, but I thought it was interesting him saying that he would like not play at all if he doesn't get to play both. I was like, I just don't understand. I mean, he's young. Kids say stuff, so they don't kids don't they don't know what they don't know. But for him to say something like that was kind of interesting. Like, sure, you're just gonna quit playing football forever if you can't play both positions. Like, that's kind of, I felt that was a little extreme, but
he's gonna have to pick one dominant position, and then they're gonna let him sprinkle in some stuff and the other things. Like I feel like he's probably going to be a corner because I don't think you need as much refinement as you would be as a receiver, and then they're going to have some type of packages for him as a receiver. That's going to be his best case scenario. He's not going to be a full time going both ways. Like it ain't no way that's happening. Ain't no way. I think he's a beast, and I think he deserved to probably go both ways because he can affect the game. But it's no way that he's full time. Like he's gonna be a full time, probably defensive back corner because he's an athlete, and athletes are gonna do well at corner. And then give him a couple packages so he doesn't have to overthink, overreact. Just find ways to get him a bubble screen, give him a tunnel screen, get him something in space, and just let him be a playmaker and do that. But like, why have him out there to go block? Like, why have him out there to do a runoff route? Like, why are we going to waste his energy to do all that stuff? Like, just have him have a couple packages because at corner, it ain't no runoff or no like easy thing. Like, you going to be involved the whole time. so that's what I think. But I think teams are trying to be coy because they don't want to like have any actions. But he getting the OTAs. He's gonna pick one side because he can't be in both meeting rooms. He can't do both individual drills. Like he's gonna have to pick a dominant position.
Yeah, that's what I think. I agree.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think he'll play out exactly like you said. He'll probably start off playing corner and then come in on select packages on receiver. I think that just makes the most sense, especially when you're a rookie. I mean, it's different when you're playing against college players. Not that college players aren't elite. Obviously, there's college players that go to the NFL and play at a high level, but you're not playing. You're playing against a whole team of elite college athletes who are once elite college athletes. Now they're pro players, so it's a different. He's going to have to take some time to kind of get used to the difference in speed, size, plays, all that, adjustments, all that. There's just too much of a learning curve for him to, like you said, Frank, instead of trying to master both sides. He's not gonna be able to do that right off the bat. He's gonna have to focus on one. So
and if Cleveland drafts him, he doesn't even have to be the number one guy because they got Denzel Ward, so he'll be able to go with the number two guy, and then he's gonna have Myles Garrett rushing the ball. Like to me, especially if the Browns get him, it just makes sense for him to go DB and give him some packages on offense. He's going to have less stress, use that athletic ability because I think Denzel Ward is super nice. And Denzel's getting older too, so he'll mold into being that number one guy. So, but that's my thought. That's my thought because he's too much of an athlete. I feel like to almost waste as a receiver. Like
true.
Yeah, like those elite ball skills as a DB are more valuable. Like sets him apart on that side of the ball more than it would on the receiver side of the ball.
Yeah.
For
He'll
sure.
get paid.
Yeah.
He'll get paid way more money being a DB than him trying to be a receiver. And not saying that he's not a good receiver. Like he'll be a good receiver, but I think he'll be like he's not going to be no Jamar Chase. But I
Right.
think he could be a Denzel Ward, a Stingley type corner. But I don't see him being no Jay
Yeah.
Jetta or or no Jamar Chase at receiver.